Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Angelica Ferrero, and I am a programs director here at Hello 7. And I'm so excited to talk to you today about when is it the perfect time to really go into coaching? If you've been considering coaching, becoming a coach, or maybe you are a coach and are wanting to grow and really dive deep into your coaching business and scale it, we're going to talk about why now is the perfect time to commit to it once and for all. And if you've been playing with the idea of it, why now is the perfect time to say, yes, dive in and do the work. Okay. So this conversation here is going to be around 20 minutes or so. That's live, and you're welcome to enjoy for the length of the live. You can come back and watch the recording as well. But really, who is it for? Who is this conversation for? This is for you if you've ever maybe thought, like, I'm too busy to start something new, or who am I to be a coach? I see all these people going into the coaching space, and I don't know if I could ever do that, or if I would even be qualified. And can I actually make a living from this? Can I make a living from coaching? Can I do this and it replace my full-time income? Could I go into this full-time, or could I bring it into my business right now as it is? If you have some doubts, you're in the right place. We're going to tackle each one and turn them into opportunities for you to thrive in this coaching industry, because it's really primed for everyone to thrive. Okay. What we're going to cover today is we're going to go through why now is the time to become a coach, how your maybe existing skills or even your background and experience are actually the secret sauce that's going to make you a killer coach. The truth about how coaches actually get paid, different ways that they can set up their offers to get paid, why there's more demand for coaches than ever before, and why no one else can actually do it the way that you can, because there's only one you, and we know that, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more. And really how investing in yourself as a coach is like any other professional education, right? Any other thing you've wanted to do to grow in and to develop in, this is nothing different. It's just a decision you have to make one day. So by the end of this session and this conversation, you're going to see that really those barriers that you've been facing, those limiting beliefs that have been coming into your mind telling you like, I don't think I can, or maybe not right now, they're truly just myths waiting to be busted. And we're going to do that today. Okay. And you're going to know why maybe your experience right now, even your entire professional experience that you've been building, the career you've been climbing, how all of that actually supports you in your coaching journey, and it makes you a better coach, right? Why now is the best time to start, and how to set up your coaching business for real. Like, what are some of the offers that you could put together? What are some things that are going to get your brain going? Okay. Our founder, Rachel Rogers, and our team of certified coaches have seen every doubt, fear, and every excuse, right? And we have helped so many of our clients overcome and build successful, impactful coaching practices. We're here to show you that with the right strategies, right, the right community, and the right mindset, you can absolutely do this. So really, if you're thinking and you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, I don't know, like I'm really busy already. I'm so busy. I don't even know where I would fit in a coaching practice or building this. Then let's talk about it, right? Busy is the perfect time. What if we reframed it to that, right? Everyone is busy. But the real kicker is that busy people make things happen. Somehow you're busy and you're still showing up at all these things in your life, right? You're making things happen. Your full plate actually isn't the roadblock that you think it is. It's a launch pad, right? When you're already juggling 1,000 things, it's easier to redirect that momentum towards something that could change your life, something that you want to maybe grow in or dive deeper into. We usually think that there's like this endless need of hours. We need all these hours and like the perfect conditions to start something new. But the truth is that that time is never going to come because you're busy, right? And that busy season that you're in, that's a sign that you're in motion. You're doing things already, right? It's actually more likely for you to start doing the things that you want to be doing when it comes to growing your practice, because you're already busy. You're doing the things. And according to the American Psychological Association, people who stay busy are actually 6% more likely to stay mentally active, and they're less prone to procrastination. You're busy, you're doing all the things, right? Staying active keeps you and your brain engaged, and it makes it easier to pivot into something new. And, as we talk more about this, and I'll tell you more about where you can learn more about this, we're a little bit later in this conversation, we are going to talk about how so many of the things on your plate probably don't belong on your plate, right? And how that busyness is stemming just from a place of maybe over delivering or wanting to be everything to everyone. So your busyness is actually your superpower, right? You're already doing the hard stuff. You're juggling work and life and literally everything else that's coming at you right now. So let's make sure that all of those efforts are actually building the future that you want, right? That you're not too busy, but that you're ready, right? Let's turn that momentum into your next big move. The time that you spend working on this now can actually be channeled into building a coaching business that's going to pay you back in freedom, in flexibility, and in fulfillment, right? You've been showing up for everyone else, and now it's time to show up for you and build something that you want to be a part of that future life that you're living. So you might also be sitting here thinking, like, who am I to coach, right? Like, I don't even have any of the experience that deems me to be a coach. But what if we could think about it as your background and your education up to this point is actually your strength, right? Your lived experience can actually be your greatest asset. Whether you have been a teacher or a project manager, right? Or maybe you're a stay at home parent, right? No matter what area or season or industry you've worked in, you have likely developed some skills that people are desperate for: problem solving, empathy, leadership, communication. Like, you've already been coaching probably in your life without maybe even knowing it. And coaching isn't about having the perfect track record or the perfect history, right? It's about showing up, listening deeply, and guiding others through a system or a framework that allows them to grow in their life or in their business or the area that you're coaching them in. That system is the one that you want to study, you want to dive deeper into, you want to be able to learn so that you can see that repeat success in your future clients. And a survey by the International Coaching Federation found that 54% of coaches have previous careers in any other industries, specifically education, health, and finance, and a lot of the corporate sectors as well. So, really, all of the skills that you're utilizing every single day in your career are skills that are so needed in the coaching space and that you're going to be tapping into every single time you sit to coach a client. So the question really isn't like, who am I to coach, but rather, who am I not to coach, right? You don't need a perfectly polished resume where all these ways that you've coached in the past. You have to remember, everyone starts somewhere. You need that heart, you need courage, you need that willingness to step up authentically and to help and serve others. And your experience is exactly what makes you relatable and impactful, and it's going to help you connect with people. Because if you've been building and climbing the corporate ladder, you are likely going to be able to coach people that are in that headspace or doing that work right now a lot stronger and a lot better than someone who maybe hasn't done that or hasn't experienced that in their life, right? So you are truly exactly who someone needs right now. So you might also be sitting here thinking, like, can I even make a living as a coach, right? But we are here to tell you that the coaching industry is thriving. And coaching isn't just a side gig, it's a thriving industry full of opportunity. So, yes, absolutely, you can make a living and then some. And so we're going to break down three common coaching models that create significant income streams in coaching. So really right now, one of the things to think about is there are different ways that you can decide to become a coach. You can add it to your current business practice that you have right now. You could switch completely and become a full-time coach once you've built up some clientele, right? You can start coaching on the side of your corporate job and eventually build this up to your full-time multiple six-figure income, right? So you could do one-on-one coaching. This is maybe like a personalized deep dive coaching tailored to an individual client. And typically you offer either a weekly or a bi-weekly session. And one-on-one sessions can really range depending on the niche or your experience. They can be $150 an hour to $500 an hour. Some high-end coaches also charging upwards of $1,000 or more dollars an hour, right? Really, with only 10 clients paying that $500 per session at that bi-weekly rate, you're already looking at a six-figure income from coaching. That's just from one-on-one. Then we have group coaching. This model involves coaching multiple clients at once, usually in weekly or bi-weekly formats, and you're coaching all of them at the same time. It's a one-to-many approach. And this is a great way to leverage your time while still delivering value to a group of people and clients. So your rates can really change from or be around $150 to $300 per person per session, or you can structure it as a monthly package. Maybe it's $500 to $2,000 per person, and they get to be a part of these calls, right? If you have 20 clients paying you $1,000 a month, you're already hitting that $20,000 a month range, right? Making group coaching session a pretty scalable model for you to continue on. Maybe you want to do it through cohorts. There's a lot that you can do in this group coaching format in a one-to-many approach. We also have masterminds, and these are more intimate, high-touch programs that combine group coaching, accountability, and maybe usually some access to exclusive resources or time with you. And masterminds can be structured as a 6 or 12-month commitment with prices really ranging from $5,000 to $50,000 really per client. It depends what it is that you're delivering and your expertise, what they really are here to receive, right? If you only have 10 clients and they're paying $10,000 for this year commitment, you're already at a six-figure income from that one offer alone, let alone you also doing some one-on-one coaching on the side. So the bottom line really here is that coaches are not really stuck to one path. It's not that you decide to be a coach, therefore you can only make this, right? Whether you're offering one-on-one coaching sessions, group coaching sessions, or you're running a high-end mastermind, there is a variety of ways for you to see that income come in into your business. And it's quite flexible to the way that you want to work with people. If you don't want to do any one-on-one, you don't have to, right? Coaching can be what you need it to be and how you want to frame your conversations with people to be able to serve them best into what they need to get to the result that you're promising. So certified coaches earn 20 to 40% more per hour than non-certified coaches, with many making 75K to like about 150K is like that starting range for coaching. And then it goes up from there. We have seen a much higher number than this that proves just based on the way that we've been working with our clients here at Hello 7. But truly, according to like Pay Scale and the International Coaching Federation, 75,000 to 150K is what you would expect at the beginning when you start coaching. If you're in that range of, usually certified, if you're certified and you're certified in a certain framework or a system that allows you to teach that system or that framework to your clients. So coaching really isn't just a viable, way to make some income. It's truly a game changer, right? Like when you set your offers up right to really action on how much time you want to dedicate or be involved in when it comes to coaching your clients, like we talked about one-on-one, mastermind, or group, you can really create a business that scales with you, giving you both income and freedom, right? It doesn't just make a living, but it makes a life that you're excited to be a part of and wake up to every day because you can make it what you need it to be to suit even your season of life, whether you have young kids or older kids, whatever it is that you want to do, this can be there for you. Coaching can do that for you. So you may also be thinking the market is overly saturated, right? Like there are way too many coaches out there. Everybody that I know is becoming a coach. So like it's too late to go into that world. And the truth truly is that, trying to serve everyone, as we have heard, leads to serving no one, right? So the coaching market actually isn't oversaturated. It's actually full of opportunities because especially when you focus on serving the right kind of client for you, people don't just want to pay any coach, right? They want someone who gets them, who has that experience, who maybe even has their unique challenges and has gone through them themselves, right? And maybe speaks directly to their experience. That's who they're going to connect with. That's you, right? That's where your story comes in. If you are the only one who can serve people the way that you do, and really trying to be that for everyone is going to dilute your magic. And so, yeah, there's many coaches out there, but those coaches are there to service a certain kind of individual, just like you are there to service a different kind of individual. And niching down truly isn't just a strategy. It can be quite a game changer in coaching because you can also decide to go deep into the focus area that really lights you up, where you feel like you're really energized and you know a lot about that world. And that demand for coaching who, really, or even a coach who really just connects to not just a niche, but that lived experience, that's where that magic lies, right? Like that's where you can get to be super authentic and real about the way that you have done things and be able to be there and be an active listener and participant in helping them go through whatever it is that they're going through because you've been through it too. So as we go through, I'm going to just talk about these two examples. So really you can niche down in many, many different ways, but I wanted to offer two examples so that you know what I mean when I say niche down within coaching, right? So you could be a financial coach for creatives, right? So maybe you're like maybe you're a former freelance designer and you understand that there's like a unique financial like up and down the creative space in that industry because you've experienced it yourself, right? You've gone through the same kind of like mindset work to get yourself through those moments. And so you create a personalized coaching session that doesn't just focus on the numbers, but on creating sustainable systems that align with the creative's lifestyle, because that freelance world is very different from the consistent 9 to 5 world, right? So now you're not just teaching about the money and the mindset around money and their financial budgeting around money, but you're really helping creatives design their own financial freedom in their own way because you're working through those problems with that specific group. And so eventually creatives know who to go to because you're talking directly to them, right? You're not just a coach for everyone. They know that they want to go talk to the one that talks to creatives. Then it's also maybe you're in the corporate space, right? You've been climbing the corporate ladder. Maybe you yourself have never been this like super outspoken individual, and you may consider yourself to be maybe introverted, right? And so you may want to be a leadership coach for introverted, corporate clients or for introverted entrepreneurs, regardless, right? Instead of like the traditional executive coaching, Maybe you specialize in empowering those introverted business owners or those introverted, 9 to 5ers who are trying to climb and trying to upscale, but don't know how to put themselves in those situations, or are struggling to speak out, or are struggling to showcase all that they can bring to the table in order to get that promotion, right? So you can see what I'm doing here. As you niche down, you can get more specific, and therefore it becomes almost easier to talk about what it is and what you offer, and how your experience truly does help you in helping someone else learn through what you've been through, and also coaching them on the next steps to take. According to Market Research Future, the global coaching market is expected to grow at a CAGR of 6.7% through 2030. So the demand for like niche specific coaching, or like really relatable coaching, is skyrocketing, because right now, as we grow the coaching landscape, it's going to be more crucial that you're talking to the right person rather than just that you're a coach, right? So the world really doesn't need any more like generic coaching the world. It needs more of people like you, right? Coaching that is tailored for a specific audience. The coaching space really isn't oversaturated, right? It's actually underserved. So we want to make sure that you're coming into this with the right mindset of like, okay, I'm not just coming in here to be a coach. I'm going to be a coach for this type of individual, and it's going to light me up to serve them, right? Like your unique background, like your story, your approach, all of that is exactly what's needed to win right now. So you might also be thinking, well, like, is investing in myself as a coach really worth it? Is there an investment that is it worth making the investment to even become a coach, or even think about becoming a coach? And the idea that I want you to like really think about is all the other times you've invested in yourself and it's paid off, right? And investing in yourself often always pays off, right? Like you are your highest yielding investment. And so think back to me, even when you invested in your education or professional training or a certification towards your career that you've been growing, right? Like you did it because you knew that the ROI, the return on investment on it, was worth it. Becoming a coach is truly no different, right? It's about elevating yourself to that next level and equipping yourself with the skills and the knowledge and the confidence and the resources that you need to succeed. So that best investment that you can make ever is always going to be on yourself. And coaching offers one of the fastest, most tangible returns that you can find. And that as soon as you become a coach, you can really start serving right away, right? There's no other ways that you have to go about it. There's nothing else, no other hoop you have to climb through. It's especially if you're going through a certified program, or a program that's teaching you a model or a framework, you now have literally everything in your hands to be able to deliver excellent coaching, as well as having a framework to stand behind that you didn't have to build yourself, right? So if you're thinking like, okay, well, this is just, that's great, that's fun and all, but really it's that investment of like money. I also want you to think about investment of time. You've already invested a ton of time into things that maybe haven't paid off, right? You've been investing time potentially into growing a part of your life that actually you don't really want to have as part of your future. So this is the time to really question the ways that you are currently investing in your current life, because where you're putting that energy and that investment, whether it's time or money, that's what you're wanting to grow. And so my question to you to really sit with is, are the places where you're investing your time and money truly the places where you want to grow? And is that the life or the future that you want for yourself? So that's only an answer that you can give for yourself, but that's something for you to start to think about. And studies show that professionals who invest in formal training or mentorship like are 20% more likely to see that career growth or that financial success. And it can be higher once you have more specialized training or specialized coaching or mentorship, right? And coaches who get certified, usually they end up joining some sort of community or support, and therefore they're a part of that continuing education model. So therefore you're always on top of your game every single year. So if you're willing to invest in everyone else, if you're willing to put money towards other things that maybe are just bringing a little bit of like support into your life, what about investing in you, right? Like you're not just like paying for knowledge. Remember, you're paying for a future. You're paying for everything that comes after that certification is in your hands, or you've like finished that course or finished that plan or worked with that mentor, right? That's when you get to have that freedom, that autonomy, and you can really put in your offers that are going to lead you towards a purpose, right? Driven life. So if you are willing to invest in everyone else, why not invest in you? That's the question I have for you there. So what I wanted to remind you of and encourage you to participate in is our upcoming $1 Million Coach Summit. The tickets for the summit are only $97 for a 9 to 5 full day experience. We're going to be hosting it here with the Hello 7 team, as well as Rachel Rogers herself. We're going to have some speakers coming in to talk to us and really to dive into this topic of like, why now is the perfect time to become a coach, right? You're going to join us for a transformative 1-day event. And really, the goal with this virtual event is to help you build that thriving, high income coaching business, but also to understand why now is the perfect time to fully go into it. So that if it's been an idea or a thought playing in your mind, you just like stop with the thinking and start with the doing, right? Start to take some action. You're going to gain access during the summit to some really exclusive insights from top like 6 and 7-figure coaches who are killing it in their industry, in their specific niche, right, of coaching. And you're going to be able to talk to other people who are also interested in this world. You're going to connect with them in the chat. We're going to have some open time for questions as well. So this is really the time and the event you don't want to miss. If you want to finish the year strong in 2024, if you're really in the coaching space, or maybe you want to set yourself up to start 2025 the right way. One of the sessions I'm really excited about is when we're talking to some of these high-end coaches, and even Rachel Rogers herself, is what would you do today if you were starting from scratch and wanting to build a coaching practice? Because we know the landscape looks very different today than it did before. So what would they be doing today, right? I'm going to be taking notes. Everyone's going to be taking notes during that particular session. So I don't want you to miss that opportunity to elevate your coaching game. You can secure your spot by going to hello7.co/summit, and all the details are there, as well as a ticket for you to purchase for the event, which again is happening virtually on September 26th. That is this coming Thursday from 9 to 5. And really, this event is primarily for anyone who is aspiring to be a coach, or maybe you're a seasoned coach, right? And you want to scale, you want to grow, you're plateauing, you're constantly plateauing. Let's talk about why and get you to the next level. And any professional who's maybe even looking to add coaching as a revenue stream, something that you're interested in right now, whether you're just starting or you're aiming already for your next, multiple 6 figures or 7 figures, this is really the event to be in. And some of the things that we're going to be talking about are learning how to attract those high ticket clients, like the clients that are ready to pay, okay? How to scale your income, how to build that powerful coaching brand, and what are some of the coaching offers that you can start to play with or offer or tweak, right? Or get really, really specific with that you might be able to hit the ground running with literally the day after. So you have to be there. This is really not just another event. It's a launch pad for that coaching career or that coaching world or future that you've been looking for. And one of the things that I'm most excited about at these events is who else shows up, because usually that means you're surrounded by people that have the same goal, the same drive, the same want. And being around that energy does something like nothing else. That's why events are such a catalyst for where people are like, oh, I'm ready to take action now. Like everyone's here. Let's do it together, right? Let's do it as a community. Let's do it as a cohort. Let's start at the same time. That is the energy you want as you're diving into something new. It makes you feel less alone and less like you're just trying to do this over your lunch hour. Okay. So why now is the time is one of the things we're going to definitely cover. But I hope that you now see a little bit more of why sometimes these limiting thoughts that come into our heads and tell us a little bit of like, nope, that's not for you. You're too late. It's already run its course. Like everyone else is doing it. You don't have to do there. Why sometimes those thoughts are really just there because they're trying to keep us from failing. They're trying to keep us from the feeling of failure, right? But at the same time, they're also keeping you from a lot of the growth that can happen after that one decision. So I hope that we see you at the summit. Again, that's taking place on September 26th, 9 to 5. And you can head over to hello7.co/summit to get all the details and get your ticket. And as a bonus, if you get your ticket to the summit before Tuesday, before tomorrow at 5 p.m., you're going to be able to get our hot off the press bonus. It's our top tips and secrets for securing an agent, brand deals, and life-changing PR opportunities. It is a 50-page guide. It has templates, it has scripts, it has everything. I mean, this alone is worth way more than the ticket to the summit, so I don't even know why you're still listening. Head over to hello7.co/summit, and I cannot wait to see you there. Take care, everyone.